for stockpiling, a lot of people feel like stockpiling begins in the fall. So the typical practice is you lay off your back 40 acres and you clip that the third week of July, sometime that time period. You put down your 50 to 100 pounds of nitrogen and you don't graze it. You just leave it alone. Let that thing grow all fall, clear until your first killing frost. That's your winter stockpile. Well, I tried that. And what I found out, I bought the ammonium nitrate or whatever, the fertilizer. We didn't get any rain and it didn't grow. And I had all that money out in clipping and fertilizer. I didn't get anything. So this doesn't work. So when we went to our first grazing school, I did back in 1991, we were taught to graze fescue when it was 2 to 3 inches tall. If you didn't in the spring, it would get away from you and put on a seed head. It didn't put any more leaves and you go broke. And so I was really good at keeping seed heads off. I mean, we went in there and we clipped that stuff down, and by July, our whole farm looked like a ryegrass field. It was beautiful. It was about this tall. And fescue, no seed heads, because they said, chop that baby's head off. Don't let it get going, because it'll get away from you in the spring. Well, what happens in July in Missouri every year? It gets dry normally. And so that beautiful grass that I had just wilted to nothing, because I didn't have any litter. I didn't have any litter on my ground. And so growing your haystack, you come in and let that plant get going in the spring, take one bite and leave. One bite and leave. So I'm basically pruning the appendages. So what happens with the rose bush when you trim it? It sends out more appendages. And so as your summer progresses, your grass sward should get thicker each time you come in and get a bite full of that. Heck, by fall, your whole farm is stockpiled. And so that's what we do. We stockpile the entire farm. And we'll go around our entire farm twice in the wintertime. Now, we're rotating twice a day in the winter on stockpile fescue and whatever else is out there, assuming we get some rain in the fall, which this year we may not. But if we don't, that's why we're cutting back on our numbers. But stockpile grass, I was always taught that if you didn't clip it, it wasn't any good. The stockpile wasn't any good. No, that's not true. As long as you graze it, as long as you graze a field at least once in the growing season, it's good stockpile. Now, if you don't graze it at all summer long, all fall, you wait till the snow's flying, then you go out and graze it, that's not very good feed. It doesn't have much protein in it, doesn't hardly have any energy. It'll fill a cow up, but it's not going to satisfy him. So by growing your haystack, it gets thicker and thicker and thicker, your whole farm. Folks, there's a lot of forage out there, even in a drought. You saw it this morning. I can go back and hit that again in November. There's going to be something there to eat, okay? I also, to stretch out my stockpile, we always have bales stacked around our farm. We'll have 12 over here, 16 on that ridge. We stack them out so that in a rotation, we have 22 farms. The bales are strategically placed at an area that we didn't have hay at last year. So over a period of 4 or 5 years, all of our farms are getting some of that carbon unrolled on it, and I don't want them to eat it all. I want it to leave some on the ground for my soil microbes. And so we buy hay, we don't put any hay up. The thing about baling hay is if you bale it on your own farm, you don't put a price on it. I just had some extra grass, I rolled it up. If you buy hay and you got to open up your billfold every time you feed one of them, it makes you a better grazer, because every time you feed hay, it hurts. Folks, there's Jim Garish has moved that number up now. He's saying there's anywhere from $40 to $50 worth of nutrients in a 1,200-pound net wrap bale. If you can unroll that bale across your landscape, let's say young farmers, y'all just bought a piece of rough ground, it's covered in broom sedge, it's got cedars on it, it won't grow any grass. Go get you some hay, unroll it to your livestock in the wintertime. You'll be able to tell right where you did that. It'll be better the next year.